Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Thursday, everyone.
So just for the record, we still are trying to figure out what the fuck that button does.
I don't know about you, Anna, but
we still don't know.
I figured out what my button does.
Well, anywho, welcome to the Total Package Podcast, and welcome to our 1-year anniversary. Yay!
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
So we're here to talk about everything that's been going on, how we all had the experience with doing podcasting for this 1 year. But before we get started with that topic, let's just do a roundtable, do a catch up with everyone's lives in the past week. We'll start with Lady Love. What have you been up to?
Work. Well, this week's kind of been weird. We were off Monday. We had work Tuesday. We were, of course, off yesterday, today, and tomorrow's short day because it's the end of the quarter. But yeah, things are good. Can't complain. Obviously, with this, how it's been this past week, of certain circumstances, sucks, but can't complain. Can't complain at all. What about you, Miss Anna?
Let's see. Well, my life is going good. I didn't hit the freaking lottery yesterday, but you have to actually play in order to hit the damn lottery. So, maybe I might actually play Mega Millions that is drawn on Saturday, and maybe I'll win. If I win a couple $100 million, I'll be happy. Maybe.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't it? It would be beautiful. Yeah. So, how have you been doing, Miss Chan?
I am doing swimmingly, I guess would be the best way to put it. I'm just fine. JD finished up the last of the hand tattoo stuff. I have a little side here that I'm not ready to deal with quite yet, but both my hands are now done.
Yay.
For the most part.
Yay.
And he just finished that today.
Ooh,
awesome.
Nice.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It turned out pretty nice.
Heck yeah. I like that a lot.
Racing Harrisburg traffic on the way home, because between here and the shop you have to go through like pretty central city Harrisburg, and no one in central Pennsylvania knows how to drive. Probably me either, included in there.
Oh, no.
So yeah, that was fun. I'm doing good though. Learning things about new appliances and just trying to get through the beginning of this year. So
at least you don't have to deal with diplomat drivers. Oh, I had to deal with one over the weekend.
They scare the fuck out of me.
Oh god.
I don't know, man. It seems pretty regal around here. Everybody thinks that they're in charge and they get to go first. So.
Oh, but see, diplomats, they don't get charged. They get to go.
Yeah.
They get
It's you pull up into traffic and you get behind or anywhere near a car with diplomatic tags on it, and you literally cringe, grip the steering wheel with 2 hands and slow down, get the hell out of their way. You're like, nope.
I had one driving on the shoulder of 28.
Oh god, yeah, that figures.
Because they wanted to get their exit faster.
Yep.
It's a very good possibility that everyone in central Pennsylvania thinks that they are a diplomat, because this sounds very much like how people drive around here.
Maybe they all do.
That's horrendous.
Or just as Pennsylvania is just all ass hats on the road.
It could be. I was at the red light at the bottom of the hill, right below our house. And I'm sitting at the red light behind another car. I have my turn signal on to turn left up the hill. And the person in front of me doesn't. And this guy behind me just didn't want to wait. And he went around both of us.
Oh, Jesus.
Up to the line and passed the other guy on the way through the intersection. I was like, oh, okay. So we just do whatever we want now. There's no laws. You just drive. It's fine. It'll be fine. No problem. The guy that was at the line is like looking around. I can see him in the rearview mirror because my headlights are kind of asshole-ish. And he's like, what the fuck is going on?
That's kind of Northern Virginia driving too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Commonwealth states in general.
Probably.
Anyway, yeah. I just would like to share with everybody out there. I just took the dogs out and made them hurry to poop. Like it was a thing. I opened the door. I was like, to your business, hurry poop, and get back in here. And it was pretty hilarious.
Go poop.
Yeah. But anyway, I think Ams, we're on you. And how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm currently trying to do test swatches because I never stop. Hand aches, what are those? I also feel very accomplished because I mailed out 2 packages yesterday. I'm so
Yay!
happy. Oh my god!
Very
I feel like a
good.
business. It's like yay!
I'm so excited because one of
I
those
am too.
packages is for me.
Yes. It's so funny. Like, so my husband Max, he's a shipping manager, and I kind of feel not stupid, but like just one hell of a noob every time I talk to him about shipping because he's been doing it for years. Like, I asked him to get me boxes, just a courtesy for where I had to ship out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly what sizes you need." Blah 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 blah. Here you go. And I'm like, "Crap. Okay."
I'm just like do what most people do. They just Frankenstein a box together, and
Oh god, we have to do that at work a lot.
we get mini boxes in for Jason, and it's very Frankenstein together.
I'm seeing some funny ones, you know.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
My God, everything, like, it's gotten so much more complex, not complicated, I wouldn't say, but more complex, the shipping system, the shipping service. Like, I use USPS, for example, and it's just like, is it a flat rate or do you have to weigh it? And if so, because like you have to, like, there's all these different like prices and things you have to think about, and I'm just like,
Yep.
you know that meme lady with the math equations going past her face? That's me. Just what?
It's the worst. Yes, exactly.
My anxiety goes up too, and I'm just like, how do I not fuck up? How do I not pay like $20 for shipping?
Just hand it to Max and go, "I love you.
All right, honey, you take care of
I
this.
love you."
I want to be self-sufficient. Like, if I'm gonna have a business, I need to do this myself. So I'm just like, fuck, okay. So I finally did it on my own. I only had to ask him about one thing, and I did everything else myself. And I was like, yes.
Awesome.
Yes, it was so great. I scheduled for pickup at my house. It was like 2 little boxes sitting there at the front door. I'm like, I feel accomplished.
Hey,
That's so cool.
you start getting enough work, you can get onto that stamps.com, and then they'll send you a scale and free postage and all that happy stuff.
Or Uline. Oh, please, Uline, send me things. Oh, please, yes.
Yes.
I'm with you on that one.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's my exciting. The only downside to this week is I haven't been able to get a new design out because I've been finishing up the commissions. So it's okay. It'll be for next week.
Yeah.
How about you, Grims?
Not anything crazy outside of work. I recently this week binge watched Bridgerton on Netflix, which is a Regency period teen show, as we talked about, Sam's favorite. But I had it on my list, but I never got around to watching it. But Felicia Day from the Guild decided to make a podcast with Tom Lenk, who they met on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they're talking about Bridgerton every episode. So I kind of forced myself into watching it, and it's just like the worst thing in the world, but you just can't help but love it if you like all that Elizabethan or whatever old-timey England style stuff. So
my understanding is that JD has like a little crush on her.
Daphne, the main girl, Daphne. Okay,
from the Guild, yeah.
Oh, Felicia Day. Felicia Day, yeah. Felicia. No, she does a lot of Twitch streaming, and I've been watching her do that a lot as well. And they every Sunday night, she gets the Guild members together, and they Twitch stream and play games with each other too. Cool. So definitely somebody to check out. But Felicia Day. There's that. The other thing I wanted to share was I got like some cool pins again, so I want to share them because they're cool. Yeah. So the first ones are from Laser Brain Patch Company. I know I didn't mention the ones last week, so if anyone's interested in those, I'll be happy to. These ones are my Harry Potter ones in their Pop Shop Live. So this one is the Deathly Hollows together.
Oh, make yourself big.
Yeah, make yourself big.
Big. Okay, let me show it. Sorry. Boop, boop,
boop.
Sorry. Okay, there we go. Yay. So it's like the Deathly Hollows.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
every color. So I got the green one because Slytherin is life.
Mhm.
So, and then I got a whole set of beans, but this one's the favorite bean, and this is mystery bag, and I was hoping to get this one. So it's the Weasley twins, which I
Yeah.
absolutely love.
Totally cool.
So I'm just happy I got that. And then I'm starting a hair collection from Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, and so this is one of the pins that I got for it.
I love
Her-
that.
Yes.
So that's that one. So that's part of the
Amazing.
collection.
Kanan.
Awesome
Yeah.
character.
So I'm getting a bunch of those. So
Oh.
those are going to eventually start. Well, people are releasing them and whatnot from it. And then from Hyperspace Pins, I got this really rad Ahsoka pin. It's supposed to be
Oh,
from those episodes that were released for Netflix recently of the Order 66 one. They have
Right.
a version of her with the, what's it called? Not holographic, but what's the word I'm thinking of? Where they do the little person and then they're there. They're not there, but they're talking to them. What is it called?
Hologram.
I guess hologram. I guess that would be it.
Yeah.
And then they also have a Grogu, so I have to get Grogu.
Oh.
So there's that. That's all the pins that I got, so not much of it, but I thought those were cute, so I wanted to share those.
Yeah.
I feel like you should do YouTube videos of you like showing off. You sound like that. You sound like a reviewer. You're like, here's this pen. This is what I
Do like
think
an
about it."
unboxing, like
Yes.
pin unboxing video.
Well,
Yeah.
coming up,
Put
and I
them on our
talked about
channel.
a lot of the pin makers are making this Bill and Floor wedding box, and there's so many makers already, and I've ordered a bunch of them, so I might do something with that once I get them all in and put them together and whatnot. So that might be kind of cool.
Very
Yes.
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
The last thing that I want to talk about is, a really big thing was yesterday. I know we don't really talk political, but the inauguration. I don't want to talk about
Yes.
the inauguration itself, but probably one of my more favorite memes that has come out from it, which is
Oh
the
my
Bernie
god, I can't believe it. No.
So I have a bunch of them that I had saved of him with his mittens and stuff. So I wanted to throw those
I
in
can't
real
believe
quick.
that blew up, man. That is so funny.
This
So,
is
since I talked about, Harry Potter, there we go with him sitting with Ron and Harry. Got a little Star Trek action in there.
I can't escape it.
We got him in there with Ray.
Oh, Jesus.
We're just having
But it's
fun.
okay.
Oh my
Because Luke, he wasn't. Then of course he was hanging out with Jay and Silent Bob. So
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
God. These are actually good. No.
he
I
also
like
oh sorry, go back to it.
I was just gonna say, I like the fact that it says under new management.
Yeah.
Right above it. I mean, that's part of the picture. But
That's
like,
a neat detail.
Yeah.
I like
And then
that.
the Gangnam Style. Was that
Oh,
one.
jeez.
And then probably one of my favorites is, if you remember in the debates for the vice president, there was the infamous fly that was on
Yes.
Pence's
Oh,
head.
right.
So of course
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the infamous fly.
Oh, jeez.
It evolved. Oh, I love
Very
it.
Like it's
Very
meme on meme. You can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Oh my god.
But anyway, so
no,
those are
that's
some of my favorites. There's a lot of them, but those are some of my favorites that I came across.
I love the one with Forrest Gump, and Forrest is looking over him like,
Yeah, I seen that.
smiling.
I've seen that one too.
Those freaking mittens. Oh man, I can't tell you. Like,
Adorable.
I love them.
It was adorable.
Everyone's like, next year Halloween costume, Bernie Sanders and his
Mhm.
mittens.
They're nice mittens. You should knit Bernie Sanders mittens.
Oh, I
You
don't
would
know
make
if I
a killing. You would make
Yes.
Oh my God.
People have already done the buy this outfit for Bernie Sanders already.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen those around.
Get
The
the
one that I saw wasn't that good, so I was hoping there would be another one that popped up. But I was like, okay. But that's been the
Dude,
thing.
on the Reddit community for knitting, I couldn't avoid it because like someone put a post of like if we as knitters do not come up with a design for this, we will have failed. And then I scrolled
Yes.
down and someone had put the entire color work pattern of his mittens in there, and I'm just like, I'm done.
Aw.
I'm done.
Yep.
I can't, man.
It's gonna come out. Oh, someone's already created an enamel pin of it, and I actually emailed that guy because
Oh
he
my
said
God.
email me because I put in the order if you're interested in buying this. And so there's the Bernie Sanders mittens, and so I had to get it.
2 days ago, like, oh my god,
Yeah.
people just went boom.
Yeah, from it. So I have to
Perfect.
get it. It'll go with my my Trump 2020 and the crying and the soup for my family. They're gonna go together as a complete set. Complete the
That's pretty
trilogy.
I like it.
So anyway, as we discussed before, it's had a happy anniversary. So I want to share some thank yous to everyone who had wished us happy anniversary all from the beginning. So I'm going to share them all from here. But so while I'm kind of sharing them all up on the screen from everyone, what has doing this podcast been meaning to you?
I tell you what, it's actually been an outlet. As stressful as last year ended up being, it's been like therapy, which is, I think, strange because a lot of people would think, God, it would be so stressful to actually go on camera and talk to people and, you know, and I'm like, actually, no, a lot of times I forget the damn camera's on. I forget that we're live. Sometimes we do forget to go live and we get to talking and we're like, oh shit, button.
That's what that button does.
But yeah, it's been therapy for me for a lot, you know, for a lot of this year. So, which is really fucking cool. And I've gotten to know a group of fucking awesome ladies. And, you know, you guys are my sisters. I'm like, hell yeah. You know, let's go commit crimes together. Because evidently you're allowed to now. So.
Huh. I never got the
Let's see
memo.
about that. They're still working on all that stuff.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Anna. I agree with you. It was nice to spend this year like having something to do. You know what I mean? Like I know I'm on a few other podcasts, but it's nice to like hang out with some girls, you know,
Yes.
and just spend some time with lady conversation that always drifts off the rails onto all kinds of other random subjects and
penises.
Do you live penis envy? Do you think by how much we do talk about it?
I don't want a dick and balls. It seems like a hassle.
It does.
It does. And I even like the other day, not to get into a penis conversation, but like the other day, last week, I ran out of creamer and it was first thing in the morning and I was like, God damn it. And JD looks at me and he's like, what's the matter? I'm like, I ran out of coffee creamer. Now I have to use milk and sugar. I'm so spoiled. And he's like, well, what's wrong? I'm like, it's like it ruined my day now. And like my day kind of sucks. It's like, for you, it would be like if you got up and got dressed and didn't realize you had a hole in your boxers, and all day long, one of your balls just kept kind of like falling through the hole. You just kind of looked at me like, don't you think you're kind of exaggerating? I'm like, no, it's not an exaggeration. My day is ruined now because every time I have to make a cup of coffee, it's like I have a hole in my boxers.
There you go.
Anyway.
To try to have it black, and it's just like depends on the coffee. It has to be the proper type of coffee because I can't do like certain coffee. Like I don't know if I'm gonna make enemies. I probably will, but I've tried McDonald's coffee, just black.
No.
I'm sorry. No, I can't. I'm sorry. No, I have to do like Starbucks or what was it? Cafe Bustelo. There you go. Like more quality coffee. Like I can drink black. So
I've had like 3 or 4 cups of coffee where I was really glad I didn't put anything in them. And one of them I got at a legit coffee shop where this barista kid made me drip coffee that was like the most beautiful thing I ever watched. It was like he knew exactly how to handle this stuff. And I watched him and he hands me this giant cup of coffee in this pretty huge like coffee shop mug. And I sit down with it and I smell it and I'm like, I don't want to put anything in this. This is amazing. This is like beauty and art and like this is awesome, you know? And I take a sip of it and I'm like, I don't need to. He's like, is it all right? I'm like, it's perfect. I've never had a cup of coffee so perfect.
It's made right. You don't need anything, man.
There's this green bean coffee roaster company in New York they do like a Kenya double A blend, and it's like this, just to smell it, you don't want to put anything in it. You know, I used to grind my own beans at home. I don't have a grinder anymore, but like I'd go buy the whole bean and I'd grind it and I'd make it and I wouldn't put anything in it. That's the only coffee I could drink without adding anything to it.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Oh, I
It was
love that.
beautiful. It was beautiful.
Beautiful. So beautiful.
McDonald's burns their coffee. I don't care what anybody says. It's burnt. It tastes like burnt coffee. It's gross.
Yes.
It's
I do
bitter.
that sometimes with Starbucks. Sometimes I feel like Starbucks burns their
Dunkin'
coffee.
Donuts does it.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
It's burnt. It's always burnt
The one- the
almost.
one
I think there's a couple times it was okay, but
The one by me, it's never been bad. Now the coffee that I miss that they're not around you have is Caribou coffee.
Oh, I don't know if I've had that.
Well,
all right.
they're not
That's
really
not bad.
around anymore. You can buy their K-Cups, but they used to have and their hot chocolate was just so smooth and almost like buttery.
Butter.
So I just shared in the chat. If you guys
Working
want to
on
see if
that
you can
now.
put it up, it's that if this is a huge coffee maker that that one of my coworkers found at Bed Bath and Beyond,
I
and
love that thing.
this thing is huge, and it looks like some kind of monster out of like Victorian era
Oh
thing.
my God, it
Yeah,
looks like
$15,000.
It's
I
like
love
a
it.
steampunk.
This coffee, yeah, it is $15,000. There's another picture on there too, Audrey.
It looks like some
Nope, other
sci-fi robot.
Yeah, it's I as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I sent it to Maya and I said, "Here you go. I found your next coffee pot."
And she probably said yes, but
Yep.
no.
Yeah,
Or,
she said, I don't know how you would operate that thing. I think you need like some kind of mechanical license to operate that sucker.
I
It's
think you need to be like an mechanical engineer.
yeah.
Oh, actually, funny story.
Yeah,
It's not
Brian's
coffee,
right.
but it has to do with hot chocolate. A few years ago, Jason and I were going to this. Oh my God!
Mm-hmm. It's like Rosie the Robot.
Meets like R2D2 and C3PO.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, that's
Bird
crazy.
on top of it. Like it's
But-
just so extra.
It was
It
cold
really
out,
is.
and
You're
It really
so
was
right.
hot chocolate, and the only place,
Yes.
coupons, and you can
Please
stack
give
them.
them to me.
The only place was
That's a droid. It is.
a Burger King. So we went through the drive-thru for hot chocolate, and we get up to the window, and they hand us a cup of hot water
Mhm.
and a hot chocolate packet. I was like, what
Oh my gosh.
is this?
Uh-uh.
Ghetto ass
That's
shit.
awesome.
Is this?
That's awesome. That's
I was like,
awesome.
you made us pay like $4 or $5 for a cup of hot water.
And a pack of Swiss Miss.
That's
great.
ugly as
It
hell.
was
great.
Swiss Miss. I was like, what the shit is this?
Not okay. What the fuck?
I was like,
That's
only in
amazing. That's
Woodbridge.
amazing.
Only in Woodbridge would you get hot chocolate like that.
They couldn't even put it in a Keurig and like just do a little K-cup Swiss Miss and give it to
No,
you.
it was
hot.
the packet.
They couldn't. They're just here you go.
I was like, this ghetto ass shit. Only Woodbridge. would-
Jason, please tell me you ripped him a new one, because I definitely would have. Please tell me you did.
Like,
Crazy. That's fucking
we
crazy.
didn't know what to do.
That's the worst.
I would have
Oh
gone
my
in. I
God.
would have gone, here, finish your job.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's something to be said about a cup of good hot chocolate. Come on.
Yes.
You can't. That powder shit's bunk.
It takes so long, though. Like, it's worth it, but it takes so long.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I sound like a child.
I want hot chocolate now.
I kind of
okay.
am a child though, so I understand. I feel your pain. I
we still
want
collect
creamer in
toys,
my
so, you know.
coffee.
Need it the exact way, or I'm never having it. No.
Yeah. And I
Stop
think
it.
the only reason why I like the creamer is because it already has like everything in it that I need, and I don't put extra in.
Hello.
I don't put any more sugar because if I had to sugar it myself, I put too much fucking sugar in my coffee.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm
like
the same way.
spoon. One more.
Okay.
You know?
So I wonder if there's a difference. I need to like figure it out, because when it comes to creamer versus sugar, I prefer creamer. Like, what type of? I need to double check. I need to see what type of sugar they use for creamer, because I don't like sugar in coffee. It makes it taste weird. I don't know why. but to me it tastes weird. But when it comes to creamer like Coffee Mate or International Delight, oh,
I
it's
can't use
beautiful.
either one of those either unless it's just the naturals, like the stuff that's just milk, cream, and sugar.
Like
I can't
Natural
use the
Bliss.
other- yeah, the Natural Bliss
Those are
shit
good.
because
Mhm.
the other stuff is just too sweet. Like International Delight just tastes like a jug of sugar to me.
I
This cat.
love. Russ and I are addicted to the International Delight the caramel macchiato one, to the point where we
Yeah.
get the big huge bottle at BJ's, like the big huge bottle.
Does it have the pump?
No, thank goodness no. But have you ever
Why
noticed
should
on
you
those
do that?
pumps, on those pump ones, it says two
You
pumps,
tasted
one
pump
cream.
Too close together. Come on.
Uh-huh.
2 pumps, 1 cream. I'm like, it's like, yeah, somebody in that company better think about this for a second. You know, just a second. You know.
I think I have seen.
That is a good idea, Brian.
Can
Sorry.
you read it? I'm having a hard
Yeah,
time.
we
because I don't
got
know
it,
my
yeah.
name.
It says,
got
I
it.
buy sugar cubes. That way it's easy to use the right amount. How many lumps do you want? LOL.
You want 2 lumps?
1 lump or 2? I like it. I like
Hell
it.
yeah.
Oh, man.
And then speaking of 2 lumps, my ex-boyfriend used to say, "Do you want me to make you a panda?" And that would be like 2 black eyes.
Oh my god.
That's
Golly.
I mean, he's not being serious. It was like
Yeah,
it was
right,
a joke.
right.
It was a joke thing. Like he never hit me. Don't worry about that.
terrible. You probably would have killed him if that.
Oh
was
yeah, yeah.
Got a curious cat tonight.
Yes, he is watching you guys. He's like
Oh.
he loves TV. Like on Friday nights while the guys are doing their show, I'll go upstairs and I'll either turn something on TV or I'll turn them on YouTube upstairs on the TV, and he will lay at the foot of the bed and just watch TV.
That is
He's-
neat.
He's
We have a
addicted to
cat
TV.
that loves political talk shows, and one of his favorites to watch is Rachel Madden.
Oh jeez.
Loves. I mean, and yes, I just put out there my he loves Rachel Madden. For anyone who knows Rachel Madden,
Okay.
I don't know.
Is the cat doing this? Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
he'll just sit there and just watch her.
That's
I mean,
really
he just
weird.
loves her.
That's really strange. Oh my god. What?
Chewy will watch TV with us sometimes, depending on what's on. She'll actually watch. Sometimes she'll watch JD play video games too, which is really weird. Maisie will watch Star Wars. Anything Star Wars that we put on the TV, Maisie will poke her head out of a blanket and watch Star Wars.
Cute.
That's about
Maisie's
it.
like, I know the Force. I have the Force. It's with me.
She does. It is. And her force is licking your teeth if you're here and she's sitting on your lap. That's her.
Oh, no.
It's her magic. She's so cute, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're so little. Sit on my lap. It's
And
fine.
then she
Let me
attacks
pet
him.
you." And she sits there, and she sits pretty, and she acts cute. And then when you're least expecting it, in the middle of a conversation, she darts her little tongue in your mouth.
She was a dentist in the past life. It's all good.
She wants to know what you had for lunch.
She's
It's
a true
Yes.
Frenchie.
I don't like
Yeah,
where
but
that
she's a
comes in.
Boston. She's not a Frenchie. She's a
Yeah,
Boston.
true. Well, we never, in her past life, she may have been a Frenchie.
Who knows?
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Talking about how the podcast has affected your life. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get back on topic. Here we go.
Good luck.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, having a schedule has been nice because this last year was a very tumultuous year for me. With quitting my job and trying to start my own business and just trying to get things in order. So it's been nice to have a sort of schedule.
Mhm.
And then also because I'm not great when it comes to social situations.
Mhm.
Like when it comes to talking to other people, because here's my dilemma. I am more of a listener, so I love listening to people, but I also know on podcasts dead space isn't good. So
True.
I'm just like, do I talk? Do I speak up now? I don't know, but I don't want to I don't want to talk over anyone else, and if I do, are they going to be hurt? Like I have no idea. I'm just like that sort of helped out a lot more. So I've been able to be a lot more easy with that, and with that sort of fear that I have. So that's gotten a lot better. So now I can sort of like seem to find out when to interject and be part of the conversation, make it more interesting, not like tight-lipped all the time. So
Right.
Right.
And I understand that too, because like even though, you know, like Enter the Realm has been a part of my life now for 2 years, I'm terrified to jump on, and I was scared. Like every time it's like 6 p.m. It's 4 p.m. on Monday night, and all of a sudden my stomach's doing turns and it's in knots.
Okay.
And 6 p.m. and I'm starting to get cold sweats, and I'm like, oh fuck, you know. But doing this with you guys all year, I've kind of sort of found a place to get comfortable with myself in front of the camera, because to be honest with you, I'm unrealistically painfully shy in most social situations. I'm like, nope, nope.
Yeah.
You can't make me talk. I'll go over here and watch everybody, and I'll pet the dog, and I'll sit on the
That's
floor
me.
with the kids and color pictures, but I'm not getting involved in conversation. For one, because I get embarrassed because I forget things really easily.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
same.
it's like one of those things where like, oh, you don't know because I forgot. And I'm like, but I do. I just forgot. You know?
Yeah.
But
You know what's the worst is when you say, oh, I don't know. And then they
Mhm.
move on in the conversation, and then your brain decides to go, oh, wait, you actually do. So
Yeah.
then, but it's more embarrassing to backtrack, like, oh, hey, by the way.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
worst, the absolute worst. I'm just like, I want to be able to say it in the moment, but I can't.
Yeah. But I feel like this has kind of like almost been training to find those moments in some way, shape, or form. You know, you find your comedic side, you find your jokester side. And I love the fact that like we always just sort of banter. Our show is more just like conversational, you know, and wherever the train drives off the tracks, we just take it there and roll with it. And it makes it so much
Yes.
easier to feel comfortable, because I don't worry about, I have to stay on track. I have to concentrate here. And if I forget something, I'm screwed. I'm screwing everything up, you know?
I tell you what, it surprised me when we did the sex toy show. It actually shocked me that I was actually way more comfortable than I thought I was going to be with that show.
That's good.
And I was like, wow, this is okay, cool. That was one of the times that I forgot the camera was on. And I was like, okay, yeah, because I literally was sitting here taking notes. I'm writing things down. I'm like, wow, she is a freaking font of knowledge. I was like, I need to know this. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's I agree with you, Chan. I'm the same way. I'm the the one who sits in the corner and pets the dog, and and I make friends with the other dog petters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I find it funny, like on this show, I've gotten more confident with the interaction, but then there'll be times when like Jason is on like a hangout or doing something with people, and he's like, "You want to come and say hi?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Just I'll just wave." And he's like, "Well, come sit," and I'm like, "No, I'm good.
Yeah.
They know I'm here.
very
They saw
much
me.
the
I'll
same
I'll
way.
just wave."
Right.
It's so weird. It's like my confidence is it's a lot. It's gotten a lot better, but yeah, there's still times where I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like when Jason's on Xbox, he's like, "You want to say hi?" And I'm like, no, I'm good.
I've even noticed in situations like when you and Jason have come here to visit that there's a lot more conversation happening. You aren't as closed-mouthed as you were before we started the show, and you and I were in social situations. You were a lot quieter then, and I'm glad that you're not now. I like to hear what you have to say.
There are definitely still times where I'm like, yeah, I just don't know.
Right? Yeah.
I don't feel like talking. I'm just gonna sit here and do my own thing.
Right.
And I have found I've been more confident in just my appearance, my look. I'm no longer looking at the mirror going like, oh god.
Tuck it all away. Tuck it all away.
Shiny, go away. Oh god, I'm so shiny. And now I'm kind of just like,
this is me.
This is me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are going to be days where I feel blah and whatever not. But I mean, that's what you get when you start a podcast. You start a show at 8:30 at night. You're not going to always be
and
bushy-tailed.
we made it through this whole year, even during quarantines and all kinds of other stuff, sitting in our pajamas in the camera, just kind of winging it. We're winging it, man. And I love it. I love it.
I do too. It's definitely a ton of fun. And it's interesting because it seems like we started this podcast a year ago, and I have actually run into more people that are doing podcasts. Like, one of my employees actually has a podcast that he's hit like 500 and some odd episodes already. Wow. And I was telling him, and I told him, I said, we're just now making a year. I said, I can't even imagine doing 500. I think it's like 520. I was like, I can't even imagine that. And he's like, yeah. He said, they drop 2 episodes every Sunday. And I'm like, holy shit. I can't imagine that.
It's actually, speaking kind of like what you were going on, Anna, Jason was actually out, it was a few weekends ago with his mom. They had to run to Best Buy. And he was helping her get some stuff because she's trying to update stuff in our house. And he had his North Carolina hat on. And some older guy, probably a little older than him, late 40s, maybe early 50s, saw it and started kind of asking him questions regarding sports. And Jason was rattling some stuff off. And next thing he knows, this guy is like running across the store to him and hands him a card and says, I'm on a sports podcast. I would love for you to come on one time and we can talk sports.
Holy crap.
That's totally freaking cool.
Wow. And it was just like, all of a sudden, it's like your eyes just open up to more podcasts when you're on one. And then you tell people, I'm on a podcast. They're like, really?
Yeah.
And it's like, they're like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, whatever comes out of our mouth.
Yeah, seriously.
Food. We talk about penises and food. That's
that's us.
Coffee. There you go. Well, coffee's part of food, but
coffee, penises, and food.
Yes.
What makes the world go round.
That's also get in there too.
Yes.
That's it, Brink. Have a cup of coffee with us, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Yes. I think I might.
Everybody raise their cup. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have one.
I have learned.
Yummies.
I can't always drink coffee at night.
There you go.
It keeps me up.
I tell you what, especially lately, I would be sound asleep if I wasn't having coffee in the evening. Hell, I'd be sound asleep if I wasn't having coffee half the day through. I have a little coffee pot at work that I brew my own coffee while I'm sitting at my desk, and I'm like, I need coffee.
Brink, coffee goes really well with that apple cake, buddy. It
really
does.
Oh,
I want apple cake now.
Dude,
y'all making me hungry.
I kind of like spiffed up the recipe a little bit, and then JD had made cinnamon bun icing to go on pancakes like the day before.
Oh,
and I like thinned it out a little bit because it was a little thick. I thinned it out a little bit and just drizzled it all over the top of the apple cake. It was really nice. It was really
yummy.
Nice. Yeah,
that sounds so good.
And I didn't slice the apples. JD actually cut up the apples for me, and they were in chunks this time, and it baked a little better than it usually does. I still keep baking it too long. I need to raise the rack up because the bottom of it keeps getting a little too overdone for my taste.
I gotcha.
Whatever, man. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mike. I'm glad you guys were here. Like, was it 2 years ago now? That's the other thing. Like, I've noted, time is like gone by so fast too. Like, I did not expect it to already be a year that we were in on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, neither did I.
Yeah, it kind of snuck up, and I was like, holy crap.
Well, I think 2020 as a whole kind of affected everyone and perception of time a little bit with it.
I think so too.
Yeah, because it felt like it took forever for it to end the year, but it also felt like it went really, really quickly as well. So it's kind of like one of those weird time warp years.
It was kind of like the middle of the year just kind of drug, and I think that was because the summertime nobody got to go out and do anything. We are all stuck, and then in the fall it just started picking up and going quicker. Even though we couldn't start doing conventions, we couldn't. We haven't had a good convention season, and
man, I can't wait for them to start back up again. It was so sad. To just like have those get
Transformers
canceled.
and Star Wars Black Series that I need to sell, so I need conventions. I need to cycle stuff out so that I have room for other things, man.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
No, I can tell you, conventions are not going to be the same because of missing one of our fellow convention goers.
Oh, right.
True.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been a tough year.
Definitely.
It was one of those, like, I hadn't really thought. Jason had gotten a package yesterday from his sister with some stuff, and it was kind of one of those like, oh yeah.
Oh.
So I don't mean to bring it down, the.
No.
It's just speaking of conventions, that's when you get to see everyone. Now it's like,
yeah,
Take that away.
One less face. One less hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a good lesson in appreciating each other, though, and having this in our lives and being able to see each other and spend time together and not take it for granted and all these things. Like, this is a big lesson, I feel. And I'm glad that it's like bringing that out in people, though, like that whole, like, hey man, I miss you. I miss your face. Let's find some time. Let's, take a drive, go see someone, even if it's for like a few hours, even if you got to wear a mask and eat a sandwich outside or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's still taking those moments are really, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, raise a mug. Raise my imaginary one. There you go. I'm sorry. Oh. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely helped. Yeah, that actually has affected me too, because I was really it came to family, because I was really like, I wanted to see them, but it put things into perspective of like, I have family members that are in that sort of high risk bracket, and that part of, it's a possibility. I don't want to dwell on it, but that possibility is still there. So I was just like thinking, well, this could be the last. So I want to, use this time wisely and just at least see my family and get to spend time with them, because, God forbid if anything happens. So
I feel like the podcast stuff and being on camera definitely helps with that, because there have been instances where we have had interactions through like Zoom and stuff like that with my sister, and, family members that I haven't had a chance to see throughout the year, or even friends have been like, hey, can we video chat? And it's like, yeah, I miss your face. Let's talk. And I'm not so shy about it anymore.
Exactly.
I'm still a little weirded out whenever it's just a video call that pops up on my phone, and it's like
surprise you in nowhere.
Like a heads up.
No.
My mother-in-law decided that she wanted to video chat with Russ and I, and it kind of worked halfway, and then she couldn't get the camera to work right, and it took about 15 minutes to get us all set up, and then we sat there and talked to her for about 5 minutes, and she goes, okay, I'm gonna call my grandkids now. I was like, okay, have fun. So she called. I was like, so it took us that long to set this up. I think she was using us as like, a trial. Like, let me see if I can figure out how to do this before I call the little ones. I was like, geez, Louise.
My friend Amy will talk about FaceTiming with her mom, because they do that. Like they FaceTime more than they actually talk on the phone. So her mom will like FaceTime her, but her mom is like trying to talk like this at the phone. And, like, she's whispering like secrets to her, like, don't tell anyone, Amy. And it's like, Mom. Everyone in the room I'm in can hear everything you're saying. Or
line up the screen with you, and that's the good distance. There you go.
Well, ever since Jason's brother got an Xbox for Christmas, they like I have not seen him talk to his brother this much in a long time, and it really makes me happy to see that he's reconnected with his brother. Not only are they on most nights on Xbox playing, but like just randomly throughout the day he'll be like, yeah, I just got off the phone with Joey, and I'm like, oh. They just randomly hit each other up to talk, and I think it's great. I think it's great that he's
That's
getting
totally
a
cool.
relationship with his younger brother again.
Yeah.
And I think again this year has kind of brought people back together who have drifted.
Mhm.
But then again, I do miss seeing people's faces. I remember one time when we got to go up to Chan's and Brian finally came out to visit, and he's like, oh man, I didn't realize how much I missed talking to people.
It's like, oh man, it's so weird. It's like hard to describe. Like when you actually get to see people in person after like a long while, it's like this not just a breath of relief, but like also like you feel like you've gotten a shot of serotonin or something like that. It's just like, oh my god, I didn't realize how much I needed this. Like I did that like
that's excitement. It's that excitement. It's like, oh my god, we're gonna see people. It's like like overly excited little dog. We're gonna get to see people. We're gonna see people.
I feel like that's a big deal too. Like Cody just said, family is important, blood or otherwise. But that's another thing that this podcast has done, is sort of made my own family bigger, because now all of you are part of it. And things of that relative nature. And it's like I can't wait to get to a situation where we're all in the same space.
Yeah,
for a few hours, because that's going to be a totally different thing. We see each other on camera every week or thereabouts, and then when we all get a chance to see each other in person, I have a feeling it's just going to be the icing on the cake, man. Like it's just
when this whole pandemic thing is over, which it probably won't happen until next summer, not this summer, but we need to rent a beach house and just all of us ladies take off and go to the beach for a couple of days.
That'd be so fun.
And tell the guys, y'all can go do whatever the hell y'all want to. Just don't spend a ton of money, and we're going to go hang out at the beach.
There you go.
We're going to go hang at the beach, sit in our little chairs, and watch the cute little boys run up and down the beach looking sexy, and we're just going to drink our Mai Tais and enjoy ourselves.
It's funny. Like I'm always excited when it comes to going to conventions, especially because you're seeing people. But I think when convention season actually starts again, like the big conventions, it's going to be even more amped, because it's like we're going to be able to see people we haven't seen in for so long, and I can just I can already imagine the hug, all the hugs. It's just because let's be honest, we have a big group of friends that are huggers.
Yes.
Some of those guys will not admit that they're huggers, but when they are
huggers.
Oh, definitely, yes.
And I'll tell you what, there's nothing like getting a hug from one of your brothers. Like that's a nice feeling. It is. Brian was here this past weekend. He snuck up here. He has some vacation time from work. He came up on Saturday, and that was a great just minute of the day when he got here and was like, got a hug from my brother. That's such a nice feeling. Yeah.
I agree.
Can't wait to hug all of you.
Yeah.
We'll all pass the COVID's around. No, I'm kidding. That's a bad joke. Sorry.
Need that vaccine now, please. Thank you.
I'm actually getting mine on Sunday.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So lucky.
Good for you.
Yes.
I'm getting mine Sunday.
Hang on, first or second shot?
My first one.
Okay.
I heard the second one hurts a lot.
Really?
Yes. I love a bear hug. Bear hugs are good ones.
And he gets good ones. He's got the hair too to go with it.
And the laugh too.
True. Very true.
But yeah,
Maya says she would rust at the beach. Hey, I might too, man. Mine's just interior. I don't know how I would do it.
We'll make sure we have the little oil can.
Oh, jeez.
Squeak, squeak.
Oil can.
I'm not much of a beach person, ladies, so I probably would not join you at the beach,
It's okay.
unfortunately.
I don't like getting sand in my coochie anyway, so.
Don't mind it either.
Oh.
I love the beach. I love the sand. I
Anna,
love the
you
ocean, I
we
love
can
all
go
that
to the
stuff.
beach together, Anna.
Yeah,
there you
Grims and you and I, Bethany, we'll go run into the beach.
Yeah, I love
Let's go to the
the
boardwalk and get saltwater taffy. Let's do that instead.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Oh,
down with that. I like saltwater
heck
taffy.
yeah.
And boardwalk fries. I love boardwalk fries.
Oh,
And
yes.
corn dog.
we'll have to go play putt golf like somewhere.
Yeah.
Because you know that
It either
go
has
to
to
the
have, like, a
beach, there is
pirate
putt
ship.
golf places.
It either has to be a pirate ship or dinosaur, something like that. The
Right,
concept is
exactly.
better.
Jason, I'm vetoing that idea. I hate camping. No,
I love camping.
I love to camp too.
I'll go glamping, which means we stay in a hotel and pretend like we're camping, but no, not real doing real camping. No,
Well,
no.
Maya, what about I do like Maya's idea about a lake house. That would be cool.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is good. Yes.
I like that
Ooh.
idea much better.
Very
I
nice.
like shade and trees.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Put a
we could go
hammock out?
fishing.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh, I
if it's
have a
house,
hammock.
then we can put a campfire in front of it. If you want to
Yeah.
build a camping tent and a tent in front of that house, you can go sleep outside.
There you go.
Jason wants to sleep in a tent. He can sleep in a tent. All he wants,
Yeah.
my ass will be in the house with in a bed.
Why would you want, like, wait, does he have a fascination with tents or something?
Oh, Jason loves camping.
I love
Oh,
tents. What's
okay.
wrong with tents? I love tents.
Nothing.
Tents are great.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just.
He loves.
I'd rather sleep in a cabin. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, we haven't been. The last time we went camping was with Anna and Russ, and that was before the
That was
world
shit.
shut down.
Yeah, that was over a year ago. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
recently had a conversation with JD's mom about the fact that when the kids were really little, we kind of lived in tents and camping for a summer. Like we were outside all the time and camping every
wow.
weekend and stuff like that. Like
Jesus Christ, Jason.
I'm sure you do, man. I'm sure you do.
Oh my gosh.
Every morning, huh? No.
Oh.
God, no.
penises.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right back there.
They're gonna weasel their
They
way
rotate.
in somehow.
Rotate. That's it. One of three things. Penis
Yeah.
food.
Penis
Yes.
food. What's penis,
Penis
food?
food.
Penis food. Pets.
What is penis food? Is that like feeding your fish?
No, I'm saying our topic. Our topic that we always go back to. Penis
I'm just messing with you.
food.
I'm sorry. I'm messing with you.
I know.
Oh god.
Oh, God. Reminds me of the show Big Mouth, and like one of the monsters has pet penises that bark like dogs. That's what it reminds me of. Yep, I know. Oh, I know.
Exactly.
It's a wonderful show. If you have Netflix, watch Big Mouth. It's not for kids at all. So it's amazing.
Oh, Cody
It's
says
so
penis
wonderful.
food is a section at Spencer's. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
What?
I didn't
Really?
Here.
You can actually buy pops
Okay.
that are shaped like penises.
I know that they have
Yes,
gummy
that's
bears that are
direction.
shaped like penises.
And I think you can get like chocolate, like those like lollipop chocolate
Yeah.
Yes.
Pasta.
pops.
Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to do a 3D penis cake. That's what I need to do.
Yes,
I've
please.
done that. I've
Yes.
done it.
Yeah, I need to.
It needs to make sure it's erect properly.
Yes.
That's what we have to have at when we have our ladies' weekend.
I can.
Yeah, at the
totally-
lake house.
We can
Yes.
do this. We can do this.
Channel
You
help
need
you.
Yes. We need
I'll help you.
I need a Pyrex bowl because that's what you got to bake the cake in so it makes round balls.
Okay.
I've done this. Like a sheet cake, you cut it in half and you make the shaft. I actually
Okay.
dug out the middle to make like a creamy center.
Oh, totally cool.
I took a larger Pyrex bowl to make the head of the penis and split it so it had the mushroom top and filled the whole thing.
Awesome.
Filled the whole thing with like whipped cream filling and then squirted it out the tip of the penis.
Oh my
Oh,
god, you
shit,
covered it.
yes.
And covered
my
it
God.
in like flesh colored icing. I had to I
Yeah.
played with food coloring until I had it just right. I was like, oh, we
Hang
gotta do
on.
this.
I'm
And you
sorry.
have to
Oh,
help me.
yes.
I need
Hang
it. I
on.
need extra
Yes,
creative
I have a
eyes.
fun idea though. So in the testicles, we need to put like candy sperm. Like you know how some cakes have like a hollow, center, and you
Yeah.
put candy in there, and when you cut it, it all falls out.
Yeah.
We need to do like candy sperm in the testicles.
Okay.
Oh, heck yes.
Yes.
We have to do this. We have to do this. Like you and I are on the
Yes.
cake. We're gonna do this together. You and I are on the cake. We're gonna do it.
I'm so excited now.
Hell yeah. I'll just mix drinks.
Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you.
With our
Please
penis
do.
straws.
Yes, with
I
penis
have
straws. And bowls of penis candy all over the place.
Oh, make ice cubes out of penises and put them in the punch bowl.
Yes. Yes.
So
Heck
I found out from a friend of mine that you can actually have a bag of gummy dicks delivered to
Yes.
someone,
Mhm.
and the box will explode glitter everywhere.
Yep.
And,
Oh,
That's
shit.
sinister. I love
Yes.
that.
and it will be penis shaped glitter, and you can do it anonymously, so nobody will know that it's from you. It's just like it, and it comes with a little card that says "Eat a bag of dicks," and that's it.
Oh, shit.
Jason is
Yes.
trying to do that to people. That pissed him off.
I mean, what's the worst thing to try to clean up? Glitter.
Glitter.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Dark herpes, man. Oh, I hate it.
Or when I wear
Is the
glitter.
crafting.
He hates it when I wear glitter. He gets so pissed off. If he sees it on my face, he gets pissed off.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just find it so bewildering that you can find glitter anywhere. And
Yes.
you'll just go like, how did you get here? How is
It's
this possible?
It's like sand. It gets all over the place.
It
Yes.
does. It really does.
It's coarse.
Of course. And it gets everywhere.
Oh.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
giggly. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not a fan of glitter. I'm not a fan of glitter. I'm not.
I hate
When
it.
you have a female child that plays in glitter and you find it literally all over the fucking place in your
Yes.
house, you're like,
And it's
I fucking hate
impossible to
glitter.
vacuum up.
I found it in her poop. I mean, I
Oh,
found
God.
it everywhere. Literally everywhere. I'm like, nope, no more glitter. Nobody has any glitter. No glitter in my house. Never again.
I got so lucky with Rhea that she hates glitter. She just ultimately hates glitter. She's like, she doesn't like glitter. Birthday cards, nothing. She's like, no glitter. I was like, yes, that's wonderful. We can keep the glitter away.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was getting distracted. There was a kitty on your shoulder.
Yes.
Ben
he-
is
know, he's
16 years
adorable.
old, and if I gave the okay for glitter to come back,
There we go.
it would be
okay, now we
I'm sure.
now we know what she's thinking about.
Dazzles.
Now I need vagina shaped glitter. Thanks,
I-
Chan.
I'm remembering one of the Shelf Gravy shows whenever they were talking about bedazzling vaginas, and I think that's where like the glitter. I just went glitter and clitter at the same time.
Who bedazzles their vagina? For
You don't know
who?
about bedazzling? I thought we talked
Yeah,
about
we
bedazzling.
did, and then we talked about Merkins.
Yeah, all in the same
And then
show.
and then how you can get like
No.
jewels for your vag.
Yes.
Who's
Oh
this?
God.
You get that are red that
Who
look like,
does
you
it?
know. Obviously someone didn't think that one through.
Oh,
What? I get piercings. To a point, I get piercings, but that I don't. Vajazzling. No.
I just
Nope.
It has to be uncomfortable.
I'm fine. Like I even have I have friends who are like, "Hey, I found this butt plug that has this big gem on it, and it's awesome." And I'm like, "Nope, no,
Okay, hang on.
I'm good.
Hang
I'm
on.
good. I'm good. Good."
Okay, well, at least the butt plug.
Glitter.
There you go.
Oh
That's
shit. Glitter
Yep.
surprise.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Well, at least
There you go.
at least the butt plugs with the tails on them are kind of interesting. I get
I accidentally found that. I didn't know that was a thing. I accidentally found that when I was researching my werewolf costume. I found,
no.
yeah.
Don't go to any furry conventions because you see them everywhere.
No. Oh, you need to be careful, man. Oh no.
Yeah, no.
You see them everywhere.
Furries are definitely an interesting breed.
They are wild.
Sure,
Like,
sure.
Not in a literal
Putting it
sense. I
mildly.
mean, like in a sexual sense. Oh my god. Wow.
Yep.
Well, when I was
Oh, that's fantastic.
Those are the
Oh,
different
heck yeah.
things. So, yeah.
All right, I need it. Thank you. I will find it. I need it.
Sorry.
I'm
I just wanted to
sad.
share that real quick. Didn't mean to cut you off. Just had to share that's the breakdown of what those clitters are.
I'm sad the boobs don't have like
nipples.
nipples on them.
Yeah.
Glitter surprise sounds like a venereal disease, says Jess.
It does.
It could be. We may not know about it, and it could be. We don't even know.
Our vagina spits out glitter.
We should
Oh,
start
gosh.
your
It's called glitter.
podcast on the channel and call it Glitter Surprise.
Sorry.
And just do like sex toy shows and
Oh my god! You just like that's our next episode. All right, cool. We're just doing that. All right, cool. Glitter surprise.
Glitter surprise. All right, I have the promo running in my head now. Yeah. I will have a promo written by tomorrow.
I have a question though. It's ever since we started this show, do you like every time you hear like a phrase or something, are you running a promo in your head? Like
Yes.
Something
Yes. I have done that
do.
before.
That's why whenever we start talking about what we're gonna do for the show, it's immediately like I'm waiting for that one phrase that's gonna hit me, and it'll hit, and I'll be like, okay, and I write them all on my phone. I pull up
awesome.
Google Docs and I write them all, and I'll be sitting there at work, and I'll be like, and we'll be chatting back and forth, and I'll pull one of them up, and I'll go, fuck yeah, and I'll open up my docs, and I'm like sitting there, and I'll be like, no, not like that. No. I'll be for a good 10-15 minutes, I'll be sitting there writing them. But I have come home, I've been like, all right, I gotta write this promo. And I'll sit there and I'll be cooking dinner, waiting for water to boil, and I'm like, yeah, that'll work. Like, so I've gotten really good at being very fast at typing on my phone, which is probably a bad thing because now I feel like I'm like a 15-year-old girl.
No, it's good.
But
Those promos are awesome. Like it's like clockwork. Like I'm just like, holy crap! Like you just like spit that out of your head every single week. It's amazing.
I actually love to write. I really do love to write, and I wish that I had time to write more. But yeah, it's I love being able to do those.
It's so good. But just thank you for it. I know I say thank you every other time I can, but thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I have fun.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like as a resolution, then maybe I should try to come up with more. I should try to contribute more. I know I contribute by being in the podcast, but I feel like I should contribute more. Maybe. I don't know.
I think that we have a pretty good dynamic going on, to be honest.
I think so too.
I think everybody has taken a hold of their responsibilities with the show, whatever they may be, and like has learned things very quickly and does them all very well. Like everybody just does what they need to do in quite incredible ways. You know, it's a lot to learn all at one time when you've never done it before, I feel, and I could never remember everything that we have to do to get up and running. I couldn't because I can't hardly remember how to run some of the programs on my computer that I used to draw. So there's no way.
Right.
There's no way I could really throw much into running anything because I'd forget every time. I'd be like, what do I have to do again? What was this? I'd be asking too many questions. It'd be worthless. I'd be more of a pain in the ass than I would be like a benefit. So yeah.
Well, you could never be a pain in the ass.
Oh, I can definitely be a pain in the ass.
No, not you, Chan. Not you.
Yes.
Say it ain't so, lady. Say it ain't so.
Anna, are you still fighting that piece of string, or did you finally give up?
No, I gave up on the piece of string. It's now on the floor for the cat to play with. No, now I'm fucking with Pirate Deadpool. I'm trying to fix his foot, but his foot is extremely stiff, so I'm gonna probably have to heat it up a little bit.
I'm
Because
hungry.
I don't want to break it. I am
Okay.
too.
Okay, Vegas.
Ooh, peanut butter and chocolate puffs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've had those before. Those are
Those
good.
look
Nutter
so
Puffs?
good.
They have the consistency of a cheese puff, but they're covered in chocolate and
Oh.
peanut butter powder.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds so delicious.
That does actually. Can I have
Super
some?
good.
Holy
Okay,
crap.
that's coming to the lake with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
The brand is Pop Chips, and they're called Nutter Puffs. You should find some. You guys
I think
love.
they're Target. I think I've seen them at Target before.
One of the guys JD works with wants to put them in a bowl and cover them with milk and just eat them like cereal.
Okay.
They probably wouldn't taste far off from Reese's cereal.
No, they're just softer. They're not quite as hard on your palate.
So they don't rip the roof of your mouth off.
No,
That's
they
really
don't.
good, actually.
Surprisingly. I'm
That's
trying
the
to
one-
figure out what to make for dinner tonight. I don't know.
Pork chops and mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
I don't have any pork chops.
I haven't had
Uh,
pork in a while.
Faux chops and mashed potatoes.
Since we've covered penises, let's talk about food for a minute.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Let's talk about food. Oh,
Penis food?
So I'm kind of interested in the fact that people like Brian brought up before that like he gets like food meal delivery service kind of a deal where like they send him like a package and he cooks a meal or whatever. And I don't remember the name of the one that he uses, but like has anyone else ever tried this? Because sometimes I struggle with
No.
trying to like find out what to make for dinner. And that would kind of be easier.
I used HelloFresh. It was fine. It just felt more expensive than it was worth for me in the long run. But I mean, it was good to kind of know like I can do some of the stuff. So I did it for a couple of weeks. And then I was just kind of like, okay, now I kind of know what I can do to do some things that I was interested in making. So it helped me kind of just be proactive to try to figure out how to make recipes. But like most of the stuff options were just kind of like, I didn't feel like the portions were big enough that we technically needed for how much money we were spending.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I've heard a lot of that stuff is good for like one or two people, depending on what you like, how much you eat. One of the things like I'll sometimes do is if I'm struggling for an idea, if like I'm at the store or something, and I'll kind of just walk down like aisles and I'll see, okay, what do I see that intrigues me? And there was one time Jason and I were at Target and they had those already kind of almost like prepared packs of food you could buy that had different things that you could just take home and fix. And
yeah, like the bags and
Yeah.
the
And I looked at one and it had soup and some other stuff, and I looked at it and I looked at what they were giving you in the price. I was like, I could just go right into the next thing, buy all the ingredients, buy what I the amount I need, because it felt like what the bag was for like two people, and I'm like, oh, I'm feeding 4, so I need to like double it.
Mm.
Oh my god, this cat is just
I love this cat.
I kind of agree with what Brink is saying, because he agrees that it's kind of expensive, but convenient and interesting to try new recipes. Probably do it every 6 weeks or so now.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what it was. It was kind of like trying something new recipe, because sometimes when some of these recipes, like if you're going to buy the thing to make them, you can only buy it in like a big jug if it's like a sauce or something of that nature.
Yeah.
And so they give you proportion to the meal itself. And so you can try it out, see if you like it, if you like the technique in particular for it. So it gives you a little bit practice without messing up too much, but you are paying for more than what you probably. But I would agree as what Bethany was saying, is that you can go and just buy whatever product better or
And
cheaper.
honestly, I've actually picked up a lot of like ideas and new things. I love watching Chopped. It's one of those shows that I enjoy watching, and it's amazing. I'm like, I'll be like, oh, that'll be interesting to try that.
Yeah, definitely.
Getting seeing ingredients and go, oh, that might be fun to do. And Kitty, this cat is stealing the show.
You're being annoying. Well,
No, you're being a cat.
I need to go wash your foot.
Cat butt.
He just stuck his foot in my coffee cup, so now I'm going to go wash his foot off. I will be back.
Okay, bye. Bye, Twix.
I want to know.
I want to throw that coffee away too. Just saying.
Yes, definitely.
Cat hair coffee.
No, you still
Brian
want the coffee.
said tonight's
Oh,
dinner was
definitely.
really good.
I have fished cat hair and dog hair out of my coffee before.
Yeah. Well, not cat hair because we don't have cats.
You have dogs.
Brian, what was tonight's dinner? I'm curious. He said it was really good. I want to know because he does the HelloFresh thing. I'm always curious, and he always shares like really awesome pictures and stuff on the Realm of Cooks page, and it's
That one's fun. I love that.
delicious. I
love that page.
The Realm of Cooks.
Yeah, that one's fun to look at and like post to. Because oh, bad.
Well, the nice thing with HelloFresh is that you can actually still look at the recipes then too. So if there's anything you're interested in, you can actually see the recipe itself. So that's actually a nice thing, I guess. It's counterproductive to them, I guess, in a sense. But you can at least still get that benefit and still make the meals yourself with what you want to do.
Yeah. And sometimes for me, like I'll realize I'll be like, okay, these are the ingredients that I have, and I'll just Google. You know.
Yeah, there is something that does that, right? Like you can just put in what you have in your.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, you know, I've got turkey burger, so I'll do like a turkey burger recipes, and I'll see what looks good. Like I found one. It was like turkey burger and potato. It was like a turkey burger potato hash.
That sounds really good, actually. I'm not much of a cook, but I know I do want to try doing more Korean cuisine. There's I know I've talked about it before, but there's this specific dish called tteokbokki. It's like rice cakes with like I think like fish cakes and also this super spicy red chili sauce, and it's like usually topped with like mozzarella cheese. It's so good. It's so spicy too, which is why I love it. So I want to try more stuff like that, with like maybe some bulgogi and dude, I would like to try to make my own kimchi, but it just takes so long because you have you have to salt it to dry it out, and then you have to let it ferment for X amount of time with certain things. But it's you have kimchi. So
I've never had kimchi, but I am curious to try it just because as I talk about a million times, Try Guys, and one of them is Korean, so he talks about kimchi all the time and stuff. And I am kind of quite curious to what it looks like, I guess, or not look like, tastes like, because I know it's like spicy, isn't it?
It can be. Not some kimchi can just be sour, but usually they're like sour and spicy. I love the kimchi if it's like the cabbage is still crunchy. That I love. So it usually has like other veggies and spices in it, but it's like I know a lot of I'm forgetting when it comes to like Korean cuisine because they like to try to touch on all flavors. So like sour, sweet, salty, more umami. So they have like the different size to complement those different flavors. So your kimchi is like your sour or spicy sort of. But it's definitely worth a try. I don't know if you have Asian markets or Korean markets near you, but the ones that are near me have like these giant tubs of kimchi already like made in house. So you could like pick one of those up if you wanted to.
Yeah, I have one that's around the corner that I had to. It was the only place that had curry. Like I went to so many grocery stores and they didn't have curry, but the Asian market had it. So I was like, okay, let me go there and.
That's crazy. You couldn't find curry?
Right? No, I don't know why. I went to so many grocery stores and it was all like blank. Let me share Brink's meal. I found it on Realm of Cooks.
Yeah, like and for me too, it's depending on what I make. I have to almost make two dinners because I make the dinner I'm having, but then I have to also make Jason dinner. That looks really good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it does look good.
With a chef photo next to it.
Chef Brink.
Chef Brink.
Yeah. Chef Brink.
But yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I love pork chops.
I use a lot of like the prepared stuff, like, for shortcuts during the week because I just don't have a lot of time to cook during the week. But I'll take like a recipe on the weekends, and to go and try, but I'll follow the recipe to the T one time.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I make it exactly as it is on the card, because after that I'm like, okay, now I know what I need to fix in it because I know what's wrong with it and what I need to alter. And I start throwing other stuff in and taking other stuff out and whatnot, which
Agreed.
back in the day I was not a good cook. So, and supposedly I'm a good cook now. I still don't think I am because I always second guess myself. I'm always like, I hope it tastes good.
I
So
think it's just people who cook in general are always like that.
No, that you can also cook to your own taste. I cook for my own taste. I'm a very picky eater, and I like what I like. So I'll try the recipe is similar to like as Anna was saying, but then of course I'm going to change it to what I like about it. Take the things that I don't like and put what I like in.
exactly.
Like Ort used to make what makes a chili, and when I had tried it, it's good. But I had requested different things to be changed on it, and so of course he's now changed the chili to more like my style of liking it in particular. Although he has his version that he likes as well.
Right.
The only recipes I ever follow are if it's related to baking, because I'm always nervous about the science behind it. Yeah. I have altered some baking recipes, and it's because like once you break down the science of it, if you add too much wet ingredient, you have to add dry ingredient to balance that out, and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. But like when it comes to cooking, normally I'm fucking winging everything. I'm not following shit. It's like, here's a protein, here's a starch, here's vegetables. I'm throwing everything together and tossing it left and right and making a fucking mess. And
I tell you what, I made this one pork chop. We buy the big pork tenderloins and slice them up. And I made this, it was almost like a soy ginger pork chop meal in the Instant Pot. It was literally just me throwing shit in the pot, and it turned out really great. And then I thickened up the sauce and put it over rice, and it was the best thing ever. I cannot remember how the hell I did it for the life of me.
Yeah,
I just can't.
You need to write more stuff down, Anna.
Yes.
I know. I do. I definitely do, because it was so good. It was so very good, and I hate that I can't duplicate it.
That or at least record yourself, whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, with Anna. Here you go.
Every time, like, I'll have a recipe and I'll look at it and go, yeah, I can do that. And then I'm like, oh no, I want to add this to it and want to do this to it. Put this in it.
So do you guys have like go-to seasonings that you have to have in your cupboard? And if they're not there, you're like, I can't even cook.
Yes.
Garlic.
Yeah. Italian seasoning and like salt and pepper, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The common ones for us are, as you said, garlic, onion powder, garlic powder. What is it? Paprika tends to be the one that I use a lot as well.
Really
Chili powder.
White pepper.
So how does white pepper compare to black pepper? Sorry.
It's hot. It's spicy. It's
a
hot.
little, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's a lot more fine. Like the one I have, it's a very fine.
It's like a powder. You don't have to use very much of it, but it will definitely be spicier on your tongue.
It brings flavor out a lot more.
Ooh, I think I might get that. I think I might try using that.
I use sea salt. I don't really use normal salt. Sea salt.
Yeah, I do too. Sea salt.
I'll use a little bit of, like, depending on what I'm using, is maybe a little bit of like pink salt, Himalayan salt.
Mm-hmm. I buy all of my salt at the Amish market because they sell it in big tubs for a third of the price that you get for the shakers and shit at the grocery store.
Well, I just go to Costco and I buy the big thing at Costco and I just fill up containers.
Me too.
I have a big tub sitting upstairs of kosher salt that I paid $3 for.
That's fantastic.
Of the sea salt, of the sea salt.
Brian
$3.
just brought something up. The Weber's roasted garlic seasoning that's a go-to. Like that's
oh wow, I have to try that.
It smells really good. It's already like the garlic already has a roasted taste to it, not the burnt,
Yeah.
So it goes really good on like pastas and definitely on meats and stuff. I use it's called Bragg's 21 Herb Blend. Bragg is the brand name, and when you crack it open and it's just a blend of things. It's got like rosemary in it and garlic and like all this other shit. But when you crack it open, it's such a perfect blend of all of those herbs and stuff that like you smell it and you're like, oh my God, I'd eat anything that had this on it. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like it's just,
Tony Sachery's Cajun seasoning is one that I keep in the kitchen all the time.
that's a good one.
That and a shaker of the Old El Paso taco seasoning. I buy it in the shaker, and I tell you what, I've found myself putting it in a lot more than tacos.
It's amazing. Like I'll just open them thinking I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use this. I'll use this. Use this.
They have. I bought an everything but the bagel seasoning, and that stuff is delicious.
Well, I have that. I need to make bagels with that.
You can throw it on chicken, and it's delicious.
And I need to know more of your recipes because
I mean, honestly, I Google. I'll literally just Google recipes, and I'll be like, oh, that looks good. Or Pinterest. You'd be amazed what kind of recipes you find on Pinterest.
Oh, heck yeah.
I avoid Pinterest for some reason. I don't know why.
It seems a tad sketchy to me. I'm with you on that. It's just like, I don't know. It's like every time I use it, like I go out to sites that are kind of like not quite secure, and there's like a million ads, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Sometimes I'll just like find whatever protein I'm gonna work with, and I'll just search like recipes with this, and I'll start scrolling through Google until I find something that looks appealing, and then I'll just kind of like dissect it and add whatever I want to it, and I don't know. Not even
that's pretty much what I do. I go, oh, I've got chicken. What can I make with chicken?
I
have
chicken recipe.
I have 2 Instapot cookbooks, and I think that I've only used them about a handful of times. And I usually end up going, okay, I hop on Google and I'm like, how long am I supposed to cook this meat? Because I'm going to throw this sauce in there with it, and I'm going to see if maybe it possibly comes out okay.
Hopefully it doesn't burn.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any chefs that you follow? Like anybody, like back in the day, it used to be like Emerald Gassi and like all this shit. Like, do you guys follow anybody? Do you watch any cooking shows? Do you watch any cooking podcasts or
Press Your Luck? Press Your Luck. He does all the stuff in the Instapot, and we watch Six Sisters stuff.
What is it?
Six Sisters stuff.
Sixth Sister.
Yep, she does. They do. She does Crockpot and Instapot recipes. It's all podcasts.
Interesting.
It's all like YouTube videos and stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
I like a lot of the Food Network chefs.
I'm addicted to the Chef Show. It's my Netflix go-to if I have nothing going on, and I just put it on and walk away, and I'm in and out of the living room. The dogs watch it. They watch the people cook, and it's perfectly fine. And yeah, I can't help it because it's Roy Choi is probably one of my favorite chefs.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
He's just I just like how he puts things together. Like it's not some specific, authenticity or anything. It's everything. What tastes good should be mixed together, and that's just kind of what he does, and I love that.
Yeah. Hilariously enough, the only cooking show I've watched recently is Nailed It, and that's not even good chefs or cooks.
What is that?
It is I love the host. The main host, her name is Nicole Byer, and she's absolutely hilarious. She's a comedian, but they take the worst bakers, like not the best, the worst bakers ever, and try to have them make like top tier desserts. And it's so funny because you just see them absolutely ruin these desserts.
Wow.
It's so funny.
It's like watching Worst Cooks or in America or something on
Almost.
Food Network.
Yes.
It's like all
you just watch these people and they don't even know how to boil water.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. There was like this one person who like you see people, they try to like stop, like try to move, like take off their utensils while their mixer is going. Like they just
Oh,
do the
gosh.
absolute wrong things that you shouldn't do with mixers ever, and they're like, "How do you work this?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, no, no!" So funny.
Yeah, there were a few times in like some of those shows I'm watching. I'm like, oh my god, how are these people alive? How are they not killed someone?
Have you
How
got
are they
poison
not
yourself?
served like raw chicken?
Oh my god, yeah.
I want to try to cook live. Like I want to try, or at least record some cooking stuff. I think it would be fun but I need to get my router situated so that the Wi-Fi actually reaches into the kitchen. But like, I want to try it. We're trying all this other stuff. Might as well try something else new.
I think we would have a lot of
Yeah.
people that watch you do that.
That'd be fun.
What just blows my mind watching are like the kids cooking shows, like
know.
kids
Yes.
kids baking. I'm just like, how? Or like,
How do you know
well,
how to
like-
do this?
You just
like,
show
it's on
that
top. It's
you
like,
can do it. Like you're in your own way. Just give it a shot. You may not need to be like a, was it Michelin star chef or anything of that nature, but you can still be like good at home and just, make stuff. You just got to try it. I think you just have to be afraid to not worry about it.
but I just watch some of these kids cooking and baking, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm no like slump in the kitchen.
Yeah, but I've seen 10-year-olds with better knife skills than I have right now.
Oh gosh.
That kid
Yes.
absorbs everything. They absorb everything.
But like a kid sitting there rattling off we're gonna make a chocolate cake, and they're just like boom, 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 no recipes, no nothing, and I'm like,
Like how?
and I'm the person who has the box mix that's still looking at the box mix, going, okay, how many cups of water, how much oil, how many eggs?
Exactly.
What I was going to say, kind of similar to what Ams was talking about. I don't really watch cooking shows per se, but once again, back to Try Guys. They have a series called Without a Recipe.
Yes.
So they have a theme thing, and then they have to make it without a recipe. But throughout the episode, one of the judges actually is proficient in whatever it is they're attempting to make, and then tells you how you're making it. Not necessarily, the breakdown from it, but like what techniques you may need to do specifically for it. And then you can find out your recipe in particular. Like one time they did dumplings, and so they're trying to figure out how to make their version of dumplings and stuff. And they're telling you, like, if you're gonna make a soup dumpling, you really have to, gelatize the liquid, and then you cook it in there, and then it becomes soup in there. You don't just put soup in it as you're cooking it. Like it kind of keeps you up to date, and I like that because it's seeing them do it and fail just kind of shows sometimes it comes out good, and it's like you don't know. Experiment. The worst that's going to happen is unfortunately it's going to be wasting food, but it may not even be that bad unless you like it's inedible.
That's how I learned to cook, though, like watching cooking shows, because my mom really was not into cooking and she wasn't really that good at cooking, so I watched cooking shows just to learn basics and learn technique, or just learn what you don't put together, or whatever tips and tricks and things like that chefs are willing to give out at the world while they're doing cooking shows. And I would just absorb it all, like whatever was on the TV. I was like, yes, teach me more. I want to learn. Because I didn't know that you should like sear a roast before you put it in the oven and things like that. Like I don't know any of that stuff.
You know what I want to try? I want to try reverse searing. I heard that's a lot better.
I did that with my well, it's not an Instapot, my crock pot, everything pot. I did that with a prime rib roast type roast. And it turned out really amazing to do it that way. I was really like just scared to death at the time framing though, and then it was like just take it out and then you sear it and it's done, and I'm like, stop it. Like,
that's not how it works.
A 3-pound roast in 35 minutes, and then you sear the fucking thing and it's done. Stop.
Like I haven't cooked steak in a long time, and for New Year's we had these like fillets, and so I'm like, okay, get the oil and get the salt and pepper, get them all ready, and it was just putting them on and going, okay, I don't want to overcook these.
Yeah.
And these are nice fillets. I don't want to overcook them. And so it was like that, just that paranoid of getting back into being comfortable cooking something that I haven't cooked in a long time, like chicken. That I can cook chicken with my eyes closed.
Yeah, all day long.
Because I mean that's such a staple. But it was like, okay, and cooking the shrimp, going, okay, I don't want to overcook these.
It's so easy to overcook them too.
Nothing worse than overcooked shrimp.
Yeah, they get all rubbery and I mean they're not bad. It's just that it just changes their texture. So I'm really trying to figure out what type of, because I want to get more into like cooking fish, but I don't know what type of fish to start with. Because I like my mom bakes salmon, and like that's like a good go-to. So I'm like, all right, I already got that. Because when it comes to fish, I'm like really paranoid about parasites.
Tilapia, mahi. I do the way that I cook mine is I wrap it in foil with seasonings, and usually it's lemon and a little bit of pepper, and then you just cook it until it's nice and flaky and juicy. You can even put a little bit of butter or olive oil on it, and it's delicious.
See, I'm not a huge person, so I don't really cook fish. I do shrimp, but I don't.
I need to do the same thing. I want to try to make some shrimp, some fish that JD will actually try, because he doesn't like it at all.
Yeah.
And I remember from like freshwater fishing, and it's been a long time since I have done that, but like back in the day, you're catching trout out of a stream and stuff like that, and that's how my grandparents kind of introduced all of us to to fish when I was younger. But in order to reduce the fishy flavor or to clean it or whatever, my grandmother would soak it in milk for hours beforehand. Yeah, and
I've heard that. Yeah,
it reduces,
it neutralizes the fishy flavor.
Yeah, and salmon, to be honest with you, is supposedly one of the fishier fish. Like it's less palate appealing than even tuna to people who don't like fish, from my understanding.
Right.
Usually, white fish it's got less flavor, but it's like the juiciest.
Oh,
really?
Okay. They usually recommend that if you're getting into fish, to start off with like some of the white fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that. Yeah.
Salmon's one of my favorite things. I love that shit.
Yeah, I love salmon.
See, I cook a lot of fish in the Instapot. I do a lot of cooking in the Instapot, but it'll steam in the Instapot real quick.
Just don't
it'll be like
asshole
a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Fish for lunch.
Work and put it in the microwave. Don't do that. Do not do that.
The staff room.
Yep.
Do not do that.
I always hate it when people would bring fish in, because I would walk in and I'd go, oh, you can't make a face because you don't want to insult that person. You're just like, God, why did someone bring fish?
Because it's going in my belly and up your nose.
I don't want it, because it overpowers than my lunch.
Sounds like you problem, not me a problem.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't bring fish in. I don't do that.
Good. You're not an asshole.
I'm still an asshole, but just not about that. But anywho, we're coming up at we're already past the time, so we'll do some wrapping up while we're here. Let's start with Lady Love.
Of course, Nerds Have Spoken podcast. That is the podcast that my husband Jason is on. Jason, Wolf, Eric, and whoever else guests they get, they were able to get on at the time. They usually record sometime during the week and have the show up Thursday morning, usually early Thursday. Don't know when Saturday night meetups are going to start up again, but if you really need to spend time with Jason, you could probably find him on Xbox. Cool. I actually think he's on Xbox right now.
Possibly. Hams.
Hello! So I am, in case you didn't know, I'm an illustrator / graphic designer. If you need logos or prints of anything, like let's say you want your significant other riding a unicorn, I can do that. Just go ahead and message me. I'm on Facebook. I try to make a new design each week and put it up on my Redbubble shop. You can also message me, or send me an email at the email down below. And I'm also doing I guess what crochet, like knit type stuff, so like hats and scarves if you want that too. I'm constantly working, so go ahead, let me know. Follow me, support me. Thanks.
Chan.
Oh, shelf gravy all over the place. Social medias everywhere. Not really, but Facebook, Instagram, email is shelfgravy@gmail. Get a hold of us if you need anything. If not, every other week we do a podcast on Wednesday evenings. Usually start around a little after 9:00. And it's lots of fun and jokes and screwing around, but there's also a lot of tips and tricks and things that we're trying to share with everybody that we're learning along the way. So join us. It's lots of fun.
Don't forget the shop.
Oh, yeah,
the shop. Oh yeah, I need to get that
New
up.
update. Yeah.
Yep, because we have the Redbubble shop now is up and running, and I'm about to. I think there might be 1 or 2 designs loaded on Society 6 now. So
Neat.
Sweet.
jump
Anna,
on those websites, look
do you
up
wanna do the dust shout out?
Yeah.
Shout out to our
Dust.
newest member of the podcast, Twix the cat.
Yeah, seriously. Shout out to Twix, the little rugrat. Yeah, shout out to Dust who made our intro and outro song. Goodness gracious, he is fucking awesome. You need to check him out on what is it, on Bandcamp or yeah.
Dust Mites on bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
One time at band camp.
One time at Bandcamp.
There's quite a few things on there to check out. Some stuff he released last year.
You disappeared.
Yep, you cut out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, Jen, you died. No.
You're muted.
You're
Now
muted.
muted. I don't think
You're
it's
muted.
I got it.
Muted.
Okay,
Am I back?
There you go.
Yes.
Yay!
What were you saying?
Check out Dust Mites on the Bandcamp. He has stuff from last year that's been released that's instrumental stuff. He's got stuff that's up and coming. His last album was Nothing Lasts Forever, and it's awesome. Just jump on there and dig through his stuff and listen and buy stuff and support him because his music is amazing. It really is.
And make sure that you guys check out Nerd Life Syndicate tomorrow night at 9:00. It is on the Roma Collectors channel, and it's actually pretty damn funny. It's Maya and Russ and Sam and Rob, and they're crazy.
I know. And also, you can follow us on all social medias. Reach out to us in any way if you have any questions, as well as if you want to take us out on the go. We're on pretty much every podcast is available site. If there's one in particular you're interested in, let us know. Maybe even Anna will give you the file if you're interested, I guess, if you don't want to check it out. Whatever it is that you're interested in, take us with you. Listen to us. Give us ideas if you want us to talk about anything. We're open to it all. I mean, we've talked about it all. I don't think there's anything that really is off the table. So feel free to chime in with the topic if you want our opinions on something. But outside of that, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes, on our 1-year anniversary. And we will see you next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Central Time. Bye. Oh, Standard Time. I don't know why I said
Good night.